I have created the ultimate Hunger Games. In District 1, we have Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, followed by Bowser, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and 18-Volt in District 2. District 3 contains Link and Darunia from Zelda, and Pharaoh Man and Toad Man from Mega Man. District 4 is the Final Fantasy characters, Barret, Sephiroth, everyone's favorite Amaranth, and Gladiolus. District 5 includes the Squash from Plants vs. Zombies, Sensei, Glowbox's wife, the most iconic Rayman character, and old Jungle Rat Rob. In District 6 are Steve, Kratos, Ryuji, and the cat from Rhythm Heaven Fever. District 7 is movie characters. We have the Black Knight, Inigo Montoya, Mr. Waternoose, and Batman. And in District 8 are Squidward, Milhouse, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and Eustace Bag. District 9 is the YouTubers district, featuring Scott the Woz, Peanut Butter Gamer, Vinny Vinesauce, and Video Game Donkey. District 10 is historical figures. We have Theodore Roosevelt, Hitler, Baljeet, and Buford. Oh yeah, District 11. This is the one where I just picked the first 4 people who came to my mind. So, in this district are Spider-Man, Mr. Heat Miser, Pat Sajak, and Ninja. District 12 is where I am, and my squad consists of Walter, Death, and Steven. Let's begin. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Eustace runs away from the cornucopia. Mr. Heat Miser runs away from the cornucopia. Spider-Man runs away from the cornucopia. Wario grabs a jar of fishing bait while Baljeet gets fishing gear. Link takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Walter runs away from the cornucopia. Blevins runs away from the cornucopia. Sensei clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Squash runs away from the cornucopia, which is kinda hard when you don't have legs. Theodore Roosevelt stays at the cornucopia for resources. Bowser scares Forthington away from the cornucopia. Yoshi snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Yeah, Yoshi did that. Donkey Kong runs away from the... It's funny, because I just imagined the Hot Wheels car doing it. Kratos breaks Hitler's nose for a basket of bread. Scott the Woz finds a canteen full of water. Luigi runs away with a lighter and some rope. Death finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Milhouse runs into the cornucopia and hides. Yeah, that's accurate. Steven clutches a first aid kit and runs away. I grab a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Yeah, I'm gonna win. I'm playing defensive here. Day 1. Steven sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Baljeet injures himself. Vinesauce scares Walter off. Barret steals from Squash when he isn't looking. Wario injures himself. No, Wario! Rob and 18-Volt split up to search for resources. Ryuji's trap kills Toad Man. Well, Toad Man's the first to die. I mean, I don't know how far I was expecting him to get, but... I mean, look at that face. He was gonna win. Milhouse receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. The greatest team-up ever. Glowbox's wife, Blevins, Inigo Montoya, and Sephiroth raid Bowser's camp while he is hunting. Death thinks about home. PPG questions his sanity. The Black Knight tries to sleep through the entire day. Mario scares Waluigi off. Darunia and Scott the Woz hunt for other tributes. Spider-Man makes a slingshot. Yoshi hunts for other tributes. Buford picks flowers. Mr. Heat Miser discovers a cave. Pat Sajak searches for a water source. In an even greater team-up, me, Pharaoh Man, Eustace, Sensei, and Gladiolus hunt for other tributes. Yeah, I would 100% team up with these guys, though. These guys are awesome. Luigi collects fruit from a tree. Batman defeats Mr. Waternoose in a fight, but spares his life. Right, because Batman doesn't kill people. At least, I think that's what it was. Something about him like that. No! What? Not this early. Dr. Doofenshmirtz dies trying to escape. Oh, my mouse fell. I really think we should just restart right now, but I guess the show must go on. Hi, so I'm coming back 10 minutes later because when my mouse fell, the battery popped out, and I put it back in the wrong way. I shoved it in, and I spent like 10 minutes trying to get it out, and I eventually did. So let's continue. Forthington receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Steve diverts Kratos' attention and runs away. Amaranth receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Amaranth destroys Blevins' supplies while he is asleep. Sephiroth, PBG, Darunia, Luigi, and Baljeet sleep in shifts. Eustace receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Mr. Heat Miser begs for Walter to kill him. He refuses, keeping Mr. Heat Miser alive. Steven cooks his food before putting his fire out. Glowbox's wife thinks about winning. Yeah, she's gonna win. Like, unironically, I think she's actually just gonna win now. Video Game Donkey fends Pat Sajak, 18-volt, and Bowser away from his fire. Yoshi and Scott the Woz huddle for warmth. Donkey Kong and Spider-Man leads the stupid car. Forthington receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Sensei stays awake all night. Kratos, Ryuji, and Vinesauce cheerfully sing songs together. Good job, Squash! Squash ambushes Hitler and kills him. Just goes in. Urgh. No, wait, he doesn't make the noise. That's a thwomp. Squash just goes, hmm? But I guess technically Squash would be dead too here if it was realistic, because he disappears after he kills his target. Mario tries to sing himself to sleep. Gladiolus attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Mr. Waternoose is awoken by nightmares. Milhouse convinces Inigo Montoya to snuggle with him. Pharaoh Man tries to sing himself to sleep. Oh. I guess Pharaoh Man's a layered character after all. Rob climbs a tree to rest. Theodore Roosevelt throws a knife into Barrett's chest. Wario ambushes Link and kills him. Death and Waluigi talk about the tributes still alive. Steve, Buford, and Batman cheerfully sing songs together. And I accidentally step on a landmine. Great. Well, 44th ain't too bad. Day 2. Squash makes a slingshot. With no hands still. Pat Sajak constructs a shack. Spider-Man goes hunting. 18-volt chases the Black Knight. Inigo Montoya searches for firewood. Death goes hunting. Buford goes hunting. Again, it's like the Donkey Kong car, the stupid picture of Buford with no body. Milhouse sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Glowbox's wife attacks Baljeet, but he manages to escape. Eustace receives another explosive from an unknown sponsor. Sensei explores the arena. Blevin scares PBG off. Luigi repeatedly stabs Forthington to death with sighs. I feel like it'd be more effective to just hit him if it's that Luigi. But no! No! Pharaoh Man would not die to Kratos. No. Pharaoh Man would beat Kratos in a 1v1. He would punch him. Kratos bashes Pharaoh Man's head against the rock several times. He's not really dead though. Okay, I was wrong. I got 43rd. Just a lot better. Inigo Montoya loses sight of where he is. Mr. Waternoose tries to treat his infection. Waluigi cries himself to sleep. Rob destroys PBG's supplies while he is asleep. Baljeet, Gladiolus, and Death cheerfully sing songs together. Luigi sees a fire, but stays hidden. Donkey Kong attempts to start a fire, but is... Yeah, just imagine it's the car doing it. Then you'll find it as funny as I do. Spider-Man and Blevins talk about the tributes still alive. Yoshi sets up camp for the night. Kratos goes to sleep. 18-volt looks at the night sky. Day 3. Scott the Woz tries to sleep through the entire day. Baljeet tends to Death's wounds. Blevins begs for Wario to kill him. He refuses, keeping Blevins alive. Milhouse injures himself. Yeah, that would happen. Waluigi travels to higher ground. Pat Sajak constructs another shack. PBG tends to Buford's wounds. Eustace goes hunting. He does that in one episode, I think. Or, like, isn't there, like, just the big deer that just beats him up at the end? There's, like, some kind of game show thing where Courage the Cowardly Dog is the, he's, like, the guy who asks the questions, and then Eustace gets them all wrong, but then, like, the big deer gets them all right, and then he, like, shoots Eustace or something. Darunia discovers a river. Squidward is unable to convince Theodore Roosevelt to not kill him. 18-volt stalks Gladiolus. Steven tends to Steve's wounds. Yoshi practices his archery. Squash tends to his wounds. Mario attacks Waluigi, but Inigo Montoya protects him, killing Mario. Bowser falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Unfortunate. Yoshi quietly hums. Eustace questions his sanity. Baljeet, Mr. Waternoose, and Death, again, cheerfully sing songs together. This was the same group, right? These are the same people. Pat Sajak screams for help. 18-volt and Sensei hold hands. Theodore Roosevelt passes out from exhaustion. Mr. Heat Miser climbs a tree to rest. I don't know how he does it without setting the tree on fire. Milhouse questions his sanity. Oh yeah, day 4. Day 4. Put this back there. I forgot to say it at the start of day 4. Video Game Donkey steals from Scott the Woz while he isn't looking. Blevins and Yoshi split up to search for resources. Donkey Kong defeats PBG in a fight but spares his life. Inigo Montoya is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Amaranth is also pricked by thorns while picking berries. Milhouse makes a wooden spear. Death collects fruit from a tree. 18-Volt begs for Baljeet to kill him. He refuses, keeping 18-Volt alive. Sephiroth overhears Kratos and Spider-Man talking in the distance. Waluigi chases Eustace. Death goes to sleep. Donkey Kong receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. It's starting to get a little old. The car's starting to get a little old. Baljeet questions his sanity. I think he already did that. Darunia, Mr. Heat Miser, and Eustace get into a fight. Darunia triumphantly kills them both. Milhouse fends Gladiolus, Steven, and Batman away from his fire. He would not. Wario is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Theodore Roosevelt stays awake all night. Spider-Man accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Day 5. Donkey Kong is getting so many explosives. Steven runs away from Baljeet. Walter and Sephiroth hunt for other tributes. Oh, they're still friends. I don't know if this simulator has that, like, if they're with each other before, like, they stay with each other, because I thought it was complete random, this thing. Milhouse overhears Death and PBG talking in the distance. Rob, Inigo Montoya, Buford, and Walter tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Blevins lets Amaranth into his shelter. Oh my god, Donkey Kong with these explosives! Theodore Roosevelt and Wario run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Death passes out from exhaustion. Day 6. What? They all teamed up to kill Walter? Steven, Vinesauce, Luigi, and Wario track down and kill Walter. They just didn't want him to live anymore. That's just mean. Donkey Kong sprains his ankle that he definitely has while running away from the Black Knight. Baljeet, Video Game Donkey, and Death get into a fight. Video Game Donkey triumphantly kills them both. This is canon. Video Game Donkey defeated Death. Theodore Roosevelt begs for Gladiolus to kill him. He refuses, keeping Theodore Roosevelt alive. Squash starts a fire. The Black Knight and Wario tell stories about themselves to each other. Scott the Woz and 18-Volt work together to drown Waluigi. Day 7. Video Game Donkey fishes. Mr. Waternoose tries to spear fish with a trident. PBG diverts Scott the Woz's attention and runs away. Milhouse camouflages himself in the bushes. Wario dies from thirst! No! Darunia searches for firewood. Steve discovers a cave. That's in character. Oh, arena event. A monstrous hurricane wreaks havoc in the arena. This kills off a lot of people. Darunia survives, PBG survives, Amaranth survives. The Black Knight stabs Rob, then pushes him close enough to the hurricane to suck him in. Donkey Kong survives. Mr. Waternoose survives. Glowbox's wife survives. 18-Volt survives. Squash stabs Scott the Woz, then pushes him close enough for the hurricane to suck him in. All this without arms. Luigi stabs Inigo Montoya, then pushes him close enough to the hurricane to suck him in. Vinesauce survives. Milhouse survives. Yoshi survives. Pat Sajak survives. Batman survives. Steve survives. Ryuji survives. Gladiolus survives. Sensei survives. Steven survives. Video Game Donkey survives. So many people are surviving this time. I didn't think the death rate affected arena events, but I guess it does. Theodore Roosevelt stabs Buford, then pushes him close enough for the hurricane to suck him in. Sephiroth survives. Blevins survives. And Kratos survives. Squash screams for help. Day 8. Vinesauce sprains his ankle while running away from Pat Sajak. No! Not the Donkey Kong car! Mr. Waternoose shoots an arrow into Donkey Kong's head. Kratos accidentally steps on a landmine. Huge. I'm not laughing at what's happening. I'm gonna put the Kevin MacLeod music in the background of this video. It's gonna be really funny. The Black Knight chases Squash. Neither of those two have limbs. Blevins injures himself. Steve convinces Video Game Donkey to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Luigi sees a fire, but stays hidden. Somehow. Blevins, Darunia, and Squash start fighting, but Darunia runs away as Blevins kills Squash. Ninja's evil. He killed the guy who killed Hitler. Day 9. Milhouse steals from Amaranth while he isn't looking. Milhouse deserves more credit than I gave him. Day 10. Milhouse dies from hunger. He was doing so well. It's kind of poetic for Milhouse that he's one of the weakest people here, and he doesn't die in a fight, he dies from hunger. Sensei and Batman track down and kill Steve. Theodore Roosevelt bashes Levin's head against a rock several times. Day 11. Luigi begs for PBG to kill him. He refuses, keeping Luigi alive. Yeah, PBG would never kill Luigi. Amaranth, Pat Sajak, and Glowbox's wife get into a fight. Glowbox's wife triumphantly kills her both. She is gonna win! Day 12. 18-Volt thinks about winning. Oh, maybe he's gonna win now. Glowbox's wife forces Theodore Roosevelt to kill Vinesauce or Batman. He decides to kill Vinesauce. Glowbox's wife is just... she's so powerful! The feast. This is just as deadly as an arena event, so in this one, probably not that deadly. Oh, never mind. Glowbox's wife sets an explosive off, killing the Black Knight, Ryuji, Sensei, and 18-Volt. Glowbox's wife, I think, has killed more people than anyone else now. Or at least she's done more to win the game than anyone else has. Gladiolus' trap kills Mr. Waternoose. Yeah, no, there are a lot more people are dying in this than the arena event. Theodore Roosevelt ambushes Darunia and kills him. Steven decides not to go to the feast. PBG also decides not to go to the feast. Luigi cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Day 13. How is Yoshi still alive? Glowbox's wife sprains her ankle while running away from PBG. Do we have a new winner on our hands? I haven't been reading them out loud, but Theodore Roosevelt has discovered like 5 caves so far. Yoshi, Theodore Roosevelt, and Batman discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Day 14. Glowbox's wife attacks Yoshi, but he manages to escape. She's losing her edge. No one died. I think for the first time ever, we have no cannon shots here. Sephiroth thinks about winning. Well, it didn't work for 18-Volt, so... Day 15. Gladiolus defeats Glowbox's wife in a fight, but spares her life. He's giving her one last chance. Again, nobody died. Yoshi accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Day 16. Gladiolus and Batman threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Day 17. Glowbox's wife defeats Steven in a fight but spares his life. Why? You're in the final 5! Theodore Roosevelt cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Day 18. Steven kills Glowbox's wife for her supplies! So it's down to Steven, Sephiroth, and Peanut Butter Gamer. Let's take a look at why the final 3 are the final 3. Peanut Butter Gamer is a really cool YouTuber. Steven, and Sephiroth did absolutely nothing this game. These 3 truly deserve to be the final 3. Steven overhears PBG and Sephiroth talking in the distance. Looks like Steven's next. Day 20. No. PBG tracks down and kills Sephiroth. Day 21. Steven severely slices PBG with a sword. Steven wins. Yeah, I was gonna say I might do a second one, but, I've been recording for an hour and 10 minutes, so, no, I'm not doing a second one. So, that concludes the Ultimate Hunger Games. The winner was a random me I made like 2 years ago.